It's the ITP Tires Moose Racing AMA ATV Motocross Championship presented by Parts Unlimited. This is ATVision with coverage in round 3, Danville, Virginia's Birch Creek AMA Pro ATV Motocross National. Jason Wygant and Krista Watson going to be your hosts, joined by a huge crowd. They love their ATV racing here in Virginia, and they love getting their autographs up close and personal with guys like John Natale and Joe Bird. The Suzuki pits, hey, with the 1-2 punch of Creamer and Wimmer, you got to go get some autographs. Same thing, you stop by Yamaha or Can-Am. They've got some up-and-coming stars and some established faves. So there's something for everyone here to get excited about in Danville. And if they're not excited, just give them some free stuff. Then they'll start showing up. Let's go racing here in Moto number 1. Josh Creamer, who won the overall at our previous round, and his teammate Dustin Wimmer, who won the opener. Those are the two riders that everyone is gunning for, especially Wimmer, who's running that number 1 plate. Into the first turn we go here, and it's no surprise. One of the all-time whole shot masters, the Bumblebee Harold Goodman, with the Motorcycle USA whole shot, quickly yields to Wimmer. You also got the familiar number 20 of Josh Upperman, and the big guy, Motorworks Can-Am's Chad Wienen, in contention. You just saw Yamaha's Thomas Brown there. He was up front early on. Look at this battle between Creamer and Wienen for the number 3 spot. They went at it as Wimmer was able to pull away up front, and Upperman doing his best to hold these two yellow machines, one a Suzuki and one a Can-Am, off. Finally, Creamer gets by his old Kawasaki teammate to move into third, and he tries to zone in on Upperman. Great racing out here. Like we said, it was a nice crowd on hand to witness it, so it's a good thing they got a good show as well. Now here's something you don't see every day. Someone catching and challenging Dustin Wimmer after he's grabbed the lead in a moto. His teammate Josh Creamer would do that. Might as well be a Suzuki poster shoot, as the two teammates were inside and outside of each other in every corner. And look at Upperman keeping pace as well. Chances are the teammates aren't going to take each other out, but maybe they slowed themselves up a bit. Thomas Brown there, the number 5 spot, keeping them honest. Just, again, great racing out here. And you almost wonder if the dam was going to break. Who was going to pass who? And finally, Brown got around Wienen, and then Creamer, oh, so close to making the move on Wimmer. Couldn't make it happen. Wimmer takes the moto win. That's a nice confidence boost for Brown to move into 4th. Moto number 2, and this would be a Donnybrook. You thought it was good in Moto 1. You just wait here for the second one. 30-second board goes sideways. Let's go racing. It's Wimmer going to grab the $250 MotorcycleUSA.com whole shot, but look at Upperman on the inside, trying to control it. Wimmer bumps him. Like I said, oh man, hard first turn crash. Meanwhile, Chad Wienen, Jeremy Warnia, and Joe Bird all upside down. That would definitely end their chances for overall podiums today. Back up front, Wimmer in the lead, and usually when that happens, he is gone. But it was not to be here at Danville. Look at the pressure being applied. You got Brown in 3rd, Upperman 2nd, and eventually Josh Creamer, who was about 6th early, would make his presence known as well. Just tremendous action. Wimmer, his seat comes off, and that's going to make it tough, especially sitting down in the corners. It would slow his pace. And with Upperman just perched back there looking for an opening, that's pretty much all he needed. Notice the 2 white quads. You got the Walsh rider, Jeremy Lawson. This is just unbelievable racing. And also Greg G in the mix. And somehow Creamer, there he is on the Suzuki, starting to bump and bang his way toward the front of this torrid pack. Nice job by Brown. He's finally going to make the move and get around Wimmer, who has lost his seat. Upperman is already in the lead. And then Wimmer's going to have to deal with his teammate Creamer, who's going to look for winning 2 in a row overall. But he's got to get around his teammate to do it. Also got John Natale in the hunt. And then problems for Upperman. That's a heartbreaker. So that's going to leave Brown in the lead. Brown going for a moto win. Remember, this guy is pretty new to the pro class. But unfortunately, he's got an established race winner behind him in Josh Creamer. And Creamer is right there, as is Natale, putting heat on the youngster. Finally, Creamer would take over the lead. An impressive ride considering he started outside of the top 5. And Natale, who started even further back with no goggles, would move his way into the number 2 position. And Brown was happy in 3rd because that would put him in the overall podium. But Josh Creamer wins 2 in a row, and he's also going to take the points lead because his teammate Wimmer struggled without a seat in that moto. And that's why this guy is so darn happy. Nice job for the nice guy out of Connecticut. And as for Thomas, you get on the overall podium. That's something for Dad to be proud of. Mom, too. So a great day at the track. That's a big confidence breakthrough. While the Suzukis take the win, you got to figure Thomas Brown in third is just as happy as they are. Awesome, nice day on the Walsh Racecraft machine. Talk about a competitive series. Look at these results all over the board with who is fast in which moto. That means these races are going to be exciting to watch all year long. Before we sign off from here, let's go down to Crystal Watson for their interviews on the podium.
Josh, I want to start by saying, can I get a whoop whoop?
Whoop whoop.
Hey, you got to be so happy. Two wins in a row. How'd you do it out there?
Just got the, we didn't do it by hole shots. I've been fortunate all year getting them, but this year, this race, we struggled quite a bit. Max's tires were just hooking up a little bit too good for me. Struggling coming off the line, came out like 6th and 10th, but everything else was working great on the bike. Shocks were working, motor was pulling hard. Yoshimura, got to give it to them. And just picked our way up through the crowd, and finally some people had some unfortunate luck that moto, Dustin, Opperman, but we prevailed. We got out front. Got to thank Rockstar Makita, Suzuki, Yoshimura, and the quad racer R450.
There's a ton of different leaders in that moto, but the leader at the end is the one that counts, and that was you.
Yeah, it was definitely an interesting moto for sure. Very interesting weekend, but we prevailed. Put the Suzuki out front again. Couldn't be happier.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Dustin, we know you're not that happy with today's finish. You lost your seat out there. What happened? Hard to hold on.
Yeah, when that seat goes off, you rely on that in a lot of turns, and it just gets real hard, and it really hurts when you lose the seat. But tried to hang on there, try to get as many points as I can, and I didn't think I was going to be anywhere close to being up on the box here. So, but got to give a thanks out to my team, Rockstar Makita, Suzuki, Yoshimura.
Yeah, definitely hard to swallow a second, but this is at least a second.
Yeah, but I don't look at it that way. I look at it as points. First moto was good, I got a first, but second moto, I don't even know what I got, but championship points.
We'll see you next time. Thomas Brown, you've got to be so excited. First time up on the box, how'd you make it there?
We got to a great start this weekend. The Yamaha ran great with QHR Mushin Racing. Darren Thomas helping out the motors. Got to a great start. Stay good. PB had some problems that helped us out, which I don't like to go to the front like that, but we laid quite a few laps, and then we just stayed strong. Got passed twice. John and Creamer passed me, and but I stayed there, and it was a great race. I had a blast.
We've been watching you for a long time. We knew you were coming up there, and what were you thinking when you were out there in the lead?
I'm like, don't screw up. This is my chance. I got to get good. Stay lean, and this is it. And I just tried to stay smooth as I could, and it worked out great. I'd like to, again, thanks Yamaha, Golden West Mushin Racing, Wrath Racing, SSI Decals, Henson, Yoshimura, QMX, Todd, my mechanic, my mom and dad. They're here for me every week, and they're helping out tons. My dad mechanics for me as well. Just the bike worked great. Thank everybody.
I know you're so excited, and we're so excited for you. How about we do this again next race?
Yeah, I'd like to be up here a lot more, see if we can get a little bit more consistent up here and get used to this. Maybe I'll do a little bit better on the podium speeches, but had a great time out there. Thank you.
Thanks, Thomas. Woo!
Come on, the standards are high. The kid did a great job riding and talking. Kramer now your points leader. Will this be a Suzuki showdown or not? We'll see. Next Motosode, we're going to promote the ATV 24/7 show that's coming to you soon. In our next race, May 16th at Sunset Ridge in Walnut, Illinois. Of course, for Crystal Watson, who handled the heavy lifting on this one, and everyone here, I'm Jason Wygant. Thanks for watching.